Satellite and radar continues to show dry and partly cloudy conditions across mid-Michigan this afternoon, with our temperatures already really impressive in the mid to low 70s across the area. We're at 73 degrees in St. John, 71 the current temperature in Lansing. But of course, all this warm weather still comes along with these incredibly strong winds. Winds have already gusted up to 30 miles per hour in Lansing and Jackson, and we will hold on to these gusty conditions tomorrow as well. I'll have more details on what else to expect for trick-or-treating in just a bit. 6 News at Noon starts right now.
WLNS is here for you with 6 News at Noon.
The 2024 presidential candidates continue their final push toward Election Day, which now is less than a week away. It's our top story at noon. Hello and thank you for joining us today. I'm Megan Vaselli. Today, Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump will both stump through North Carolina and Wisconsin, with VP Harris also expected to make a stop in Pennsylvania. Jared Hill is here for you with the latest from the campaign trail.
On her way to North Carolina Wednesday, Vice President Kamala Harris faced questions over something President Biden said.
Let me be clear, I strongly disagree with any criticism of people based on who they vote for.
Her campaign is taking heat for Biden's reaction to an insulting comment made by a comedian at former President Donald Trump's Sunday rally, who called Puerto Rico an island of garbage.
The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization of seen as unconscionable, and it's un-American.
Later, Biden clarified on social media, saying he wasn't talking about all Trump supporters, just referencing the comedian's rhetoric as garbage. Still, Trump quickly seized on the comment.
Remember Hillary, she said deplorable? Garbage, I think, is worse, right?
Harris is trying to keep focus on the message of her closing argument speech, delivered last night in the same spot Trump addressed supporters on January 6th.
Unlike Donald Trump, I don't believe people who disagree with me are the enemy.
Speaking in Allentown, Pennsylvania Tuesday, which has a large Puerto Rican community, Trump tried to court Latino voters.
I will deliver the best future for Puerto Ricans and for Hispanic Americans.
One state over from Pennsylvania, increasingly red Ohio isn't a presidential battleground, and Democratic Senator Sherrod Brown is in a tight race for re-election.
I'd like to see Congress or Senate stay in the Democratic hands.
Was there any thought about wanting to keep a certain balance of power in the Senate as you were making that decision as well, or no?
No, I think you have to see it as a whole.
Democrats face a number of tight races that leave them with slim hopes of holding on to their 51-49 Senate majority. Jared Hill, CBS News, Cleveland, Ohio.
As you know, 6 News is your local election headquarters. We have an exclusive new poll today that shines some light on the race for Michigan's 7th congressional district between Republican Tom Barrett and Democrat Curtis Hertel. It's one of the hottest races in the nation, with the possibility to decide which party takes control of the U.S. House. Here are the new numbers. The poll shows Barrett has a 47-45 lead over Hertel, although that's well within its 4.2% margin of error. Fewer than 2% of those surveyed said they're backing a third-party candidate, while slightly more than 6% still haven't made up their minds. Both Barrett and Hertel previously served as state senators. They're looking to replace Congresswoman Elissa Slotkin, who's running for the U.S. Senate. The poll shows Barrett has a higher, very unfavorable rating, but a slight lead among independent voters, as well as more name recognition than Hertel. 10% of those surveyed didn't recognize Barrett's name, while more than 20% said they don't know who Hertel is.
But it was surprising to see that, in a race with so much media and with so much attention, that there's still a number of folks out there who aren't totally familiar with Hertel.
This poll of 535 likely voters is the only independent public poll of this race that we're aware of. Emerson College conducted it for 6 News between October 24th and the 26th. Meanwhile, at the national level, candidates continue to prioritize Michigan. Democratic vice presidential nominee Tim Walz will blitz through our state this Friday for 3 planned visits. The Minnesota governor will start his trip in Detroit, then head to Flint for an afternoon campaign rally. From there, Governor Walz will deliver remarks in Traverse City. He's expected to promote early voting, which continues through Sunday, November 3rd. And former President Bill Clinton is in Michigan today. He started his trip in Muskegon Heights this morning at the Souls to the Polls breakfast. He'll join state Democrats in South Haven this afternoon before heading to Benton Harbor later on. Organizers say the former president's Benton Harbor visit will be open to the public. Be sure to stay with 6 News, your local election headquarters, on air, online at WLNS.com, and on our free 6 News app. Michigan State students, faculty, alumni, and friends can help save lives and bring home $1 million to East Lansing just by donating blood. MSU is holding a blood drive on campus today as part of the Big Ten Conference competition called the We Give Blood Drive. A $1 million prize is on the line for the winning university to advance student and community health.
Every 2 seconds, someone needs blood. 1 in 7 patients that goes into a hospital will need a blood transfusion on average. So donations are just critically needed. There's a shelf life of 42 days, and if we need to continue to replenish that blood supply.
Miner says so far they've had 30 donors and their goal is to see up to 200. Right now, Michigan State is in 13th place and the blood drive at the Breslin Student Events Center runs until 3:45 this afternoon. Well, maybe not today, but overall it's starting to get chillier outside, which means many local kids will need some winter gear to keep them warm. And we're asking you to help make that happen. It's time for our annual Coats for the Community Drive, when we team up with Cristo Rey Community Center and other local partners to help people make it through the winter. And it's not just coats. If you've got hats, scarves, gloves, or any other winter clothing, you can drop it off right here at the station. You can also take these items to Cristo Rey, Carpet Studio in Okemos, your local Barry Amos Cleaners, or one of 3 Shaheen Automotive locations. Coats for the Community ends tomorrow.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Yesterday, we were able to set a new record high temperature across the area, with temperatures making it into the upper 70s across mid-Michigan. Now, near record high temperatures will stick around for today, giving us a chance to at least tie the current record of 77 degrees set all the way back in 1950. I will mention today is going to be the last day of these near record high temperatures. By tomorrow, a fairly strong cold front is going to be moving through the area, cooling our temperatures down and also increasing our chance for rain across the area. As we move throughout the rest of our Wednesday, not only are we still going to hold on to those incredibly warm conditions, also still going to be fairly gusty as well. Winds as we go throughout this afternoon and evening gusting anywhere between 25 to possibly as high as 35 miles per hour across the area. I will note winds gusts will briefly decrease as we move throughout the evening hours of the day, and yet again they will increase just in time for Halloween tomorrow. Satellite and radar shows dry and partly cloudy conditions across the area this afternoon, but we are keeping an eye on this area of low pressure and its associated cold front to our west. That system is going to be tracking east as we go throughout the rest of the day, introducing the chance for rain starting early tomorrow morning. In the meantime, Precision Cast is going to remain relatively quiet. Again, partly cloudy to partly sunny conditions expected as we go throughout the rest of the day. Early Thursday morning, we're talking right around 7-8 o'clock. That's when these scattered rain showers are going to be moving in. This system going to be losing a lot of its steam by the time it actually makes its way into mid-Michigan, but again, still providing us the chance for those rain showers starting at 8 o'clock Thursday morning, likely ending just in time for trick-or-treating as a dry slot begins to move into the area. But at that same time, that's when that strong cold front is going to be passing through. So even though our forecast for trick-or-treating does look dry, those temperatures are going to be falling fairly fast. Notice by 6 o'clock, we have hot temperatures that will be in the mid-60s across the area. By 8 o'clock, they'll be in the upper 50s. And in addition to these cooling temperatures, remember, those winds also still going to be incredibly strong, with gusts possibly as high as 30 to maybe even up to 40 miles per hour across the area. Outside this afternoon, still getting a couple of peaks of sunshine through the high-level clouds that we have in place. Notice winds over in Lansing, currently out of the southwest at 23 miles per hour. A very shaky view over in Grand Ledge. Temperatures currently at 73 degrees, a peak wind gust already of 38 miles per hour. And over in Jackson, currently at 73, winds at 15 miles per hour. And our final stop in the city of Hillsdale, current temperatures right at 73 degrees. We will be able to warm just a few more degrees as we go throughout the afternoon. Highs will make it into the upper 70s across the area. And on our 6-day forecast, you'll notice our overnight lows are still going to be fairly warm for this time of year. Tonight only falling down into the low 60s. By tomorrow, because of those rain showers, our high temperature is going to feel a lot more seasonable in the upper 60s across the area. And then notice that cooling trend really kicks off as we move into the end of the work week and into the weekend. Sunday, I will mention another very strong area of low pressure moves in, and it looks like it's going to be bringing us several days of decent rain.
All right, Kendall, thank you so much. We appreciate it.